Alright, so in this channel, we have discussed a multiple number of groups in school and colleges in Africa. And I feel like I've done a pretty good job when it comes to informing my international and Western viewers about the culture and the overall vibe of the typical African high school and college experience. But today is going to be a little bit special because we'll actually be discussing a group of people that I deem to be the bane of every high school and college student's existence. And this is going to be the types of annoying groups in Africa. Number one, we have the teachers' lapdogs. So these are some of the most cold-hearted, ruthless, and annoying groups in school. They are literally the definition of going Hollywood and switching up on your day ones. Because before getting elected for the roles of class prefects, they actually used to be one of us. But then it's like the moment they get chosen to oversee the class during the teacher's absence, they change. The power corrupts them absolutely. And you quickly realize that he whom you once deemed as a friend is a friend no more. And so I remember one time I had to finish my homework in clutch because the deadline to collect our work had already arrived. And it was during the end of a morning prep when I was rushing to finish off my homework, all while the prefect simultaneously collected everyone else's work. And I swear I only needed about 5 more minutes to finish my homework, and so I begged him. But he just stood there, staring at me, eyes steaming with evil. And then he just walked away with everyone else's homework apart from mine. And at that point, I understood that a historic beating from the teachers awaited me. Because these guys will not hesitate when it comes to sacrificing you to a teacher's ass whooping if it means maintaining their dignity and their honor. They won't think twice about writing your name in the list of noisemakers, and they sure as hell won't think twice about reminding the teacher to give us homework. Number 2, we have the group work ghosters. Like ninja, trained by the elite masters, these guys live in the shadows. Seriously, you can find these guys anywhere but the group assignment. They've mastered the art of instant teleportation, and what makes it so annoying is that they'll just leave the work, and then at the very end, they'll just tag along and take partial credit for the assignment having been done. This has them coasting through the school life and basically getting free grades off the back of hardworking students. Nasty work if you ask me. And they always come up with the most pathetic of excuses. Like, oh, my grandma was sick, and oh, I had to attend my aunt's funeral in a different city, knowing damn well that their aunt is still alive, and their grandma just gave them a call this morning asking them to visit more often. And it's sad because at one point in college, I was the group ghoster, because this is unfortunately what all seasoned procrastinators graduate to when they hit college. But then lucky for me, I actually had good friends that would tolerate my BS, mostly because I made up for it in other areas, which is a tip to all you group ghosters watching this video, because I know you're watching this right now. If you're a group ghoster, you better be a very kind-hearted, generous guy, or super funny. Preferably both, because if you're not, then you're cooked. They will not write your name down on that members list. Group number 3, the gamblers. Bro, I promise you have never seen a tweaker like a gambling addict. These guys are on a class of their own, and it's crazy because they don't even know just how far gone they are. They'll spend everything they have gambling on their favorite football team, only for them to go and lose it all. And then they'll proceed to go even further into debt just so they can gamble and lose it all again. One thing you gotta appreciate though is their ability to persevere. These guys have an iron mind. It gets even funnier though when their entrepreneurial bag kicks in, because all of a sudden these guys are devising large-scale business plans disguised as investments, where you go and give them your money so that they can gamble it and hopefully make a profit for everyone. A very idealistic plan, but one that rarely ever works out. And don't you ever bring up the word gambling to these guys, because to them, it's not gambling. It's placing bets and calculating odds. Because gambling is obviously far too beneath their standards. And these guys are genuinely convinced that this stuff is not about luck, and that there's these hidden calculations that, once understood, can have you winning every single time. But honestly, it's just crazy watching this addiction play out in real time, because it's insane just how prevalent it is in our society today. And I feel like especially in college, so many people that I know just casually have this addiction. And we don't even treat it like a serious thing because, well, it's not really killing anyone. It's not necessarily ruining anyone's health. But I feel like we're bearing witness to the beginning of a huge gambling epidemic. And I just hope my boys make it out with at least a couple dollars to their names. Fourth group, we have the exam leakers. These guys are like the prophets of old. They travel the land spreading words of prophecy entailing that the exam questions and answers have been leaked. The reason these guys can be very annoying is because the number of times these guys are actually correct, rounded to a whole number and expressed as a percentage, is 0. And I hate how they always move like they really got that sauce on them. Yet you won't even find them studying when the exams are close by. They'll just be chilling somewhere, watching the sunset, carefree, while everyone else studies. And so following their words as gospel would be your biggest mistake because you will fail the exams. But what's even worse is that they always pass, like really well too. And sometimes I wonder, man, maybe they really do have the answers. And perhaps the answers that they share to the public are just a distraction. And so for all of y'all who are still in school and you guys have to deal with exam leak prophets, I recommend you investigate, bro. I feel like there's something deeper here going on, something we are yet to understand. However, I still have a very strong distaste towards them. There's just something weird about how they reassure you that these will 100% be the questions and answers that get presented in the exams. There's just something about that look in their eyes that's just so sinister. The last and final group, we have the eternal borrowers. See, there are two different kinds of borrowers. A, the borrower, and B, the eternal borrower. See, the most annoying thing about the eternal borrower is by the time you figure out that this is B and not A, chances are you've already lost an unreasonable amount of money. The eternal borrowers are the types of dudes that come ask you for stuff and they never bring it back. Ever. They'll ask you for money, they'll ask you for class, school appliances, and everything in between, bro. But best believe you're never gonna see that stuff come back. And it's weird because it's like these dudes have actually mastered the art of mental manipulation. They'll come at you with the most pitiful, sorrowful stories and faces, leaving you with no choice but to actually help them out, or else you're just gonna end up feeling like a dickhead. But then you're gonna quickly realize that that was your biggest mistake. And the problem is they know they're eternal borrowers, so they already have plans and strategies that will help them offset the very fact that they haven't returned the past 3 things that you lent them. And so it's a huge psychological battle that leaves you feeling pretty stupid for having fallen for it every single time. I can't even tell you to beware of the eternal borrowers because, again, by the time you realize it's eternal and not just the typical borrowers, it's already too late, bro. And so yeah, man, there isn't really a moral to this video. I just thought it illustrates some of the more annoying and distasteful groups of people in an African college or high school.